Hey everyone, and welcome to the Call of Duty US Championships, the Bravo stream. Golden Boy alongside Brycey here, bringing you an awesome matchup. Strictly Business versus FaZe, the kickoff B stream. Brycey, how you doing, my friend?
I am doing fantastic. I'm glad to be on American soil, first of all.
And this is the first time you and I are ever casting together.
This is the first time we ever cast together, and what a game we have coming up.
I couldn't
Strictly
agree more.
Business versus FaZe. This is going to be tight. A few people, we were talking before the game, we both actually said FaZe to take it.
Yeah.
I said FaZe because I'm not going to bet against JCap and Proofy. But these two teams, I think if we see a fifth map, it might just get the FaZe. But I think we're going to see the fifth map. I think that this game is going to be so tight, there's so much on the line, and getting that first win under the belt is going to be so important for both these teams.
Yeah, you have to think about how Strictly Business, a team that I believe is a top team, and now a lot of people have been giving me crap because my predictions had Strictly Business dropping to final boss if they lose this game here, and my reasons for that I went in great detail about it. But I will say this much: this first game is going to be so telling here for this squad. If they're not able to, if they're not able to 3-0 it, right? If it gets close, I think that. And they lose it, I think they're going to beat themselves up over it. And that's what I was talking with Sensor about last night. I said, you know what, Sensor, you have to think to yourself, if you lose this one, you got to keep motivated. And he's like, I totally agree with you. That's something that we're really going to be focused on. So that's something about Strictly Business that I want to see that maturity come into play. On the other side with FaZe, though, we're talking about veterans there with Replays and Classic. I think that those two players are fantastic. This is a pretty strong squad.
It's looking at this first game here. Well, I said it's going to be the closest one of the first round, simply because of the way the seeds are. And I said a lot of people kind of just going either way with it. You're not really sure until we get into this game. It's going to be who can bring it on the day and who is ready for this one. Because I said it's all on the line now. You can tell even the players walking in and going, we've got to perform today. This is it. There's no second chances. No, we'll wipe this one off. This is it, and you've got to go into a bigger competition.
This is it. And to kick things off, of course, we have, like we said before, Strictly Business FaZe. First map, Sovereign Domination.
Yep.
So expect to see, some flipping back and forth. You expect to see some pushes on the home flags. Expect to see B not as contested as much. I think that, we may see whoever gets B first obviously is going to have that advantage. But expect to see a lot of splits is what I'm anticipating.
Usually on this map you will see an awful lot of splits. It's just kind of the way it plays out, simply because getting onto B on this map is so difficult. Yeah. Every team knows their nade spots. They know how to shoot through the walls. They're going to be keeping an eye on those long sight lines, and that's how it's going to go down. But now on board with Proofy, let's see how this guy goes to war.
Yeah, that's right. So you got, let's see here, Proofy pushing up on B. He is going to find a couple, he's going to find two players by B, but he is going to get dropped. Jumping over to Replays here. He gets sniped from behind, and we already have FaZe down right away. Strictly Business coming out the gate strong.
Yeah, they certainly are. They've really kicked this one off in the way they wanted to continue, and now it's going to be up to the other team to try
I have
and come
never
back
seen
in
a B cap that fast.
Yeah, FaZe are going to have to really try and step up. That is a horrible way to start off their top position. The Saints picks up one there, and now they're just going to have to keep this pressure on. They aren't being that aggressive with it. They're just going to holding B, quite content to just keep FaZe on the back foot.
Yeah, that's right, and you can see B is going to be wide open. I mean, honestly, Saints, great kill from him there, finding another one over by the yellow steps. He's going to get picked off, looking over to Apathy now, 0 and 1, but that is going to, he's going to have an assist there with his teammate, but they got B and C. At this point, I'm really concerned as to how they're going to be working. Honestly, I'm really worried about how FaZe is going to react, because B and C right away it's nuts.
FaZe look cold. They're not really bringing the pressure that they need to in this one. And at the moment, Strictly Business are running show. However, the first split has actually taken place, and now it's going to be FaZe on the C point, and they do manage to get it. This is the point where they can try and turn this around. If they can get onto B, they can start putting the pressure back on the other team. However, it's now Strictly Business taking back, and it's going to be a fight go down, and it does. Strictly Business actually win that on C, as we're now on board with Dido holding down B once again. FaZe have been rejected, and it's back to Strictly Business game.
Yeah, and looking here, I mean, you got Saints 7 and 2 right now. On the other side, you have Dido 4 and 1. He had a fantastic start. Center, he struggled a bit at the beginning, but honestly, with his teammates playing the way that they're playing, this is absolutely incredible here. Strictly Business is really living up to their name right now. They're just trying to get this done. They're trying to just take care of it. As my good friend Studdy says, zip it up right away, because they don't want to have to worry about being down or being in a close game in that second half.
2 minutes 45 left to go, and it's 43-27. And like I said, Strictly Business really are Strictly Business today. They are certainly putting the hurt onto this FaZe team. They're just not able to do it. They're not able to gain any ground here. They're not getting map control. They're not winning the gunfights they need for map control, and they just can't go anywhere.
Yeah, and when you look here, so now Censor's going to be in a bit of a pickle. He does manage to get the wall bang there. B is going to be contested, 2 players inside. You're going to have Censor finding 1 player at the bottom, jumping down, able to get the kill, and Censor with the save, going right over to B, and they're getting A again. There was a neutralization on C, but strictly business, right on the money. Now we have about 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to play here, and Brycey, I mean, score is 53-34. This is running away from FaZe at the early part of this game. I usually say, 15 points on Dom, even 20 points is easy to come back from. But if you go down by more, that's when it gets a little bit stickier and trickier, I should say.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Now, FaZe have actually had 2 opportunities. They've got the split twice.
Yeah.
Not capitalized on it. Strictly Business completely shut them out.
This could be it for us.
This is now they're looking for. This could be the opportunity that they need. He's going to be actively trying to come in. He's already neutralized it. He's going to jump in, takes it down anyway. Back right on it. He's going to have reinforcements trying to come in now. Actually, no, his team aren't really coming to support him that quickly. He's going to be very, very careful. Ney goes in back to neutral, and now it's going to be a battle once again for B.
Yeah, let's jump over to FaZe here, see what they're going to do for the next minute and 23 seconds on the clock. You have JCap is going to be hanging out by their caution, just hoping to see if he can get a couple picks, of course, making those call-outs. They do have B. They have managed to get A, so this is what I was talking about before. They're going to be able to avoid that larger deficit, like 30 points, 40 points. It's probably going to be a much closer game, maybe around the 15, 20 points mark. That is going to be a much better look here. I mean, for all we know, Strictly Business, they could give this one up after a strong start. You see this, right, where teams kind of just, they get complacent and they don't push up. On the other side, though, maybe this is that opportunity where FaZe just going to, light up and just get ready for action.
Well, this is exactly what FaZe now need to do. They really need to keep this down, bring the deficit down. They're not going to get a 3-cap, but kind of different tactics from both teams. Strictly Business were choosing just to hold around the B line, and they've held that there across the map. Where as soon as FaZe got to, they pushed straight into Strictly Business spawn, put the pressure on C, trying to keep them as far away as possible. But they really don't want to lose this. 30 seconds will bring it down so much.
Yeah.
They will have a good opportunity in the second half to come back, but they're losing B now. He needs to make this one does go down as well. Strictly Business take it back, and they're going to look to push that lead as high as it can go.
Yeah, they only have a couple seconds here to work with Brycey, but they are going to be able to, get a sizable lead here against completely doable for FaZe, granted. I mean, I have faith that FaZe will be able to answer back strongly, but that's going to be the thing, right? How are we going to see that next game, that next round? Is FaZe going to be able to answer back? I mean, the way that they got shut down at the beginning of that domination game was really surprising. They just could not seem to find their bearings for like about 2 minutes, and that cost them quite a bit.
This is what we've said about going in cold. Everybody warms up before the game, but there's nothing like warming up against the team you're playing against. Yeah. Once that adrenaline drops, the pressure comes in. It was 19 points difference. I believe it was 67 to 86, if I remember correctly. But like I said, that's when it counts. The problem is, FaZe will be sitting there going, just lost the first half of domination. We do not need to make mistakes like that in this kind of tournament.
Yeah, that's right. 19-point deficit here. So you said 67 to 86. So 86. So we'll go ahead and write that one down. Of course, kind of missed it. I don't have my pen and paper, my trusty pen and paper that I usually have when we do this. But yeah, I mean, looking here and looking at FaZe and what they did in the end of that game there, perhaps that's going to be that boost that they needed to be able to answer back. But I'm just shocked the way Strictly Business came out the gate so strong. I mean, who would have thought that? You know what I mean? Even though B would have been contested for much longer.
Well, this is what we were saying before the game. B, usually very easy to contest. The grenades, everybody knows where you can shoot. There's 4 corners you can hide in. And you kind of narrow those down until you find the one the players are in. But they didn't do that. They just they all went down. And Strictly Business went, thank you very much. I'll be taking that B. Yeah. And then they set up and were like, you're not getting in here for a few minutes.
I mean, if you get 4 down right away, there's no reason why you don't, push up a cat B. I mean, that's exactly what they did there. That was Call of Duty 101, and I really like that play. Now, are they going to be able to do that again? FaZe is they're going to be prepared for that blitz that they're going to bring to them. But what I think, though, and from FaZe's perspective, they were shaking off that last game. They were a bit caught off guard at the beginning, and they're like, you know what? No, we got this. We were able to come back. FaZe was able, or Strictly Business was able to get a couple good kills. But no, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
So, but if I did have to make a prediction, though, I would say Strictly Business might edge out FaZe on this one, just because of that point differentials in their favor.
Yeah, I think, like I said, after the first 2.5 minutes, it all of a sudden became a lot more even. The kills were being traded. Both teams going to start settling into their grooves and their ruts there. FaZe, like I said, had a bad start. Is that going to cost them this first map? I agree with you that I think it will.
All right, well, we're going to kick it off with Saints because he was an animal in that last game.
Yeah.
So let's see what Saints is going to bring to the table. Of course, a straight push right through the snake into B, and there's going to be no one else here for FaZe pushing up on B. They're actually giving up bottom B. There is going to be one player hanging out by their caution, though, and Saints needs to be wary of this player. He does find one guy, and he's going to get taken out. Now, that push worked at the beginning, but did not work this time around. Sense is going to be the last man standing here, trying to push up and see if he can get inside of the A base. I like this play, but now he's going to have to revert his attention back over to B because he knows that they're contesting it.
Really critical killer. Sensor is definitely going off now. Had to actually make that kill to give his team room to breathe coming off the spawn. They lost B, but he has given his team this opportunity, and he's still alive, still making the plays as he strides and secures B. Sensor, key player there, 3-0.
Him staying alive and making that run, he could have easily just stuck with his role, which was push up on the home flag and just apply pressure. But no, instead he's like, I need to make a play. That nade was clutch. He had a teammate on the luck spawn that was right around the corner to help him out. But now you can see FaZe is losing this again, and they are going to get, there is going to be a stop over by A, and it seems like Dito is going to get shut down there over by their caution, but still, a great start here and very close. And if anything, Strictly Business won't be mad about this because they're up by a sizable portion, about 19 points.
They are, and the best thing for Strictly Business here is that every minute that goes by that they're not losing plays so much more heavily into their favor. Because FaZe have to go for it. They almost all go down. There's only one player left. Basically, Classic going to come up now and try to get in there. He's going to support his teammate as once again, FaZe now going to try and take B, and they've got to hold now. They've got to get these points back.
Yeah, that's right, and this is going to be their opportunity to do so still very early in this matchup with 3 minutes and 16 seconds on the clock. You have plenty of time to work with, but JCap getting shut down with the drop shot from Dito. He gets shut down in turn as we jump over to Strictly Business. I'm sorry I'm all over the place here, trying to see who's moving where and trying to make some plays. It seems like we are going to get a cap here from Proofy on A. C is going to be contested, so they might go for that split, but it gets neutralized. That's good because it prevents them from being able to rack up any more points.
It does, and he might have just given his team a little bit of breathing room, but Strictly Business have risen to it. Though. And now JCap is going down as well, and they're just not able to do an awful lot. There's now Classic going to try and jump on this B. Needs to win this gunfight. He does. He has support of a teammate, but he goes down at the same time. And like I said, it's just not working for FaZe right now. Strictly Business are the better team, and they are winning.
Yeah, they are dominating here. I mean, Strictly Business, and you look at the score and you're thinking to yourself like, oh, it's 36-35. How is Strictly Business dominating? But remember that first side. Remember those key plays that came from Sensor at the beginning of this game. Pretty much saved them on this round, and it's keeping this game so tight. This is not what, oh, beautiful slide there. That was actually going to be apathy with the slide. That's wonderful. Anyway, so like I was saying, Sensor with those clutch plays there, being able to keep this one close, 41-41. This is not where FaZe wants to be with 2 minutes left on the clock.
No, it isn't. Like I said, every minute that goes past, it makes it so much harder for this FaZe lineup. Now you're sitting there going, realistically, they need the 2-cap, but then if something goes wrong, if the next 30 seconds goes wrong, they're going to have to start looking at getting the triple cap or getting the double cap and the neutralization because the points just aren't there.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And of course, time ticking down. It's about a 2-point lead here for the Federation squad, which is FaZe. And they're trying to move in toward B, finding one. Nice double kill there by Replays as he was able to close that one out, get B control for him. Now he's going to push up over here right by the A side and get into the computer, see if he can find one player. There's going to be one guy there, but he gets taken out right away. But still, though, FaZe able to get that lead at the start. They're going to be up by 5 here, but remember, 19-point differential in that first one. So we're looking at about 11-point lead here for Strictly Business.
Bearing in mind you get 12 in 1 minute. That's the difference here. So there's 10 seconds actually in between these two teams. And like I said, this could cost them. We've said it's a lot closer after the first 2 minutes of this entire map. And like I said, that 2 minutes could cost them now.
This is a great play by Classic. He didn't get the neutralization, but you know what? The damage was certain. Like it reverted someone's attention. There is going to be another member there actually pushing up. It's going to be Proofy, able to find one player. He gets the neutralization, but B is now being lost. You need to see what FaZe is going to do here as Classic makes his way in, finding one, can't get the double as he gets shut down on that play, and it's going to be 59-71 here. The score, of course, super close at this time, plus 19 in favor of Strictly Business. About 20-30 seconds left on the clock. This is still anyone's game.
It is, however, it does mean FaZe. Oh, they'll go down, and that's going to be the death of them. They're not going to win this first one. There's just not enough time for them to get it all on, and it looks like map number 1 has gone to Strictly Business.
Yeah, 10 seconds left on the clock. There is going to be contestment there on the side, but yep, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote on this one. Strictly Business played phenomenally in that last one. They won the first game at a score of, what was that, 86-67. And now it is 80-68, so barely winning it. Very close game,
yeah,
but close to no cigar.
We said that first 2 minutes could have cost FaZe, well, they just didn't have their foot on the throttle, and it looks like it might have done just that. As Strictly Business, like I said, they win, and that's going to give them so much confidence there. FaZe are just going to be kicking themselves that they let that lead go to Strictly Business first of all.
Yeah, that's right. That was definitely a very close game here. Trying to just make sure I record the stats. Now, we do have Sovereign Search and Destroy coming up next, folks. That should be a good one. I mean, honestly, it's anyone's ball game still, you know.
It wouldn't surprise me if we see these two teams trade maps all the way to map number 5. I genuinely believe it's going to be like maybe one play, a little margins, going to be inches everywhere all over the map, because these two teams, like I said, both of them can beat each other.
Yeah, that's very true. It's, again, very close matchup. This is entire winners round 1. That's the story here. Guys, we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have game number 2, Sovereign Search and Destroy. You're not going to want to miss it, and we'll see you in just a bit.